9:11 p.m. on the Northwest Pacific Block, 5/14/2023. Just wanted to pop on and say hey to everybody, and kind of give y'all a little pre-show information on what's coming up tomorrow night. Dad and I are going to be coming on blogtalkradio.com over there. It's the Lone Wolf Radio that we do over there, 6 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday there on Blog Talk Radio, the Lone Wolf. And the call-in number is 646-716-8423. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, are we going to be talking about a lot of interesting things tomorrow night. Not so much politics or the geopolitical scene, but we're going to be talking about what it takes to really buckle down and make some money, and how people need to start learning to take care of themselves before you can jump out there and take care of a whole lot of other people. You've got to be able to be financially secure yourself, and there's several ways that you can do that. We'll be teaching you some of those ways tomorrow night. We're going to be talking about some of these very, very important skills, talents, and things that you need, and the motivation, the passion, and maybe a little experience, and maybe having a good idea or concept, prototype, type of invention or book you may want to get published or something like that. So we're going to be talking about what it takes to do multidimensional marketing and how important it is to really understand what multidimensional marketing is and all of the aspects of marketing and public relations and advertising and return on investment, and what are the advantages of a limited liability corporation and having a trust built, and maybe a nonprofit organization, which so many of you really don't understand what those are all about. There's a lot of different levels of nonprofits running 50c3, 4, 5, 6, and on up. And we're going to talk about the advantages of having a nonprofit and an LLC and a trust. We're also going to talk about how to build your credit score. Give you a few secrets, a few tips on building your credit score and how to challenge the bad marks that are out there on some of you who have a low credit score. Teach you how to get that credit score back up there to 800 or above, and how to write those letters, and challenge the credit bureaus out there that are giving you a bad name. And it's gonna be a pretty interesting show. We're gonna talk about Chad's trip across the United States to the West Coast. He'll be here next week, and we're gonna really start rocking and rolling on this show that we're doing, and we're gonna really work on monetization through Spreaker and Rumble and YouTube and Instagram and D Live and Twitch and Facebook Live, which I hate Facebook. I can't stand Facebook. But, unfortunately, we have to be there because it's so connected to many of our other projects and programs and special events and missions that we're running. So we kind of have to be there for right now. But we're building a beautiful website, Mary is, and really putting some juice behind that, and really trying to make it interesting for people with the short attention spans folks have today. Trying to make it to where people will hang around the website a while and look at some of our different pages and groups and articles and poems and pieces and projects and things that we have going on, and especially our outreach mission, and especially our disaster team that we run here in the Northwest. And we're also building the Center for Living, Loving, and Learning, trying to get a grant there written for that and get it out to the funders. That's going to be a very interesting project, and we're looking at about $1.2 million in funding that we need to get all this stuff going here, and $75,000 within that 1.2 million for the disaster team, so we can buy some basic life support equipment, trauma kits, and advanced life support trauma kits, and a backboard or two, and some, some bag valve mask, and some intubation tubes and laryngoscopes and IV bags and D5W ringers lactate. Just a whole lot of things that we need. Rescue boats for search and rescue, and a trailer to put our extra supplies, materials, and equipment in. We need some ham radios, sat phones, and CB radios with linears on them, and ham radio. And Marion's going to get her ham radio license, or Chad will. And so it's going to be very interesting. And I think y'all will really learn a lot if you drop by, and if you're really kind of wanting to get a little pumped up and do something different, make some changes in your life. You know, we have a lot of negative Nancy's out there, a lot of crazy Karens chasing us around with all of their negativity and all of the shit that they try to pull, to knock us off the horse, knock us off our path to success. Somebody's always out there, trying to knock you down, trying to bring you back down to where they are. And we just can't let that affect us. We have to just look away from that, turn away from that. It's just a diversion. And there's a lot of folks out there, man, with some really crazy, crazy stuff going on in their head, trying to run around and control folks like us, who have been on air for 19 years and have all these projects and programs, special events and missions running, and trying to put us down, trying to, you know, talk bad about us and, say all kinds of crazy, nasty things about us. And it just doesn't affect us at all. It goes in one ear and out the other, and it's just insane. We block people really fast when they start doing that kind of thing. It's kind of like an obscene phone call, or you just have to unplug the phone for a while, stop answering or have your number changed to unlisted or something. But that's what we do, and that's what y'all should do if that starts happening to you. You can't hang around with unsuccessful, negative Nancy's and never expect to make anything out of yourself or ever get ahead in life and become financially secure. You know, everybody has a bucket list, you know, of things they want to do, dreams they want to see fulfilled, and visions, that they want to see manifested in their life. And you can't be negative. As negative as this world is, and as difficult as it is to stay away from negativity, you have to practice, you know, moving into that higher consciousness that everyone has the potential to move into. I always call it moving into the penthouse. Get out of the basement and move into the penthouse. Get out of that lower brain, that subconscious brain that's controlling your activities 90% of the day. Move into that higher consciousness and, glean some of that awareness, that extra ultra awareness of your environment here in the matrix, and learn to reprogram, realign, reorganize, you know, yourself. And it's easy to get depressed, man. It's easy to get down and get really stressed out and feel broken and feel like you don't have a voice and you're just powerful enough to do anything. But all of that's just a lie, you know, just a lie. It's propaganda, man. It's what you've been programmed with and indoctrinated with since birth, you know. And, they say that individuals from 0 to 18 years old hear 148,000 negative things about themselves, between the ages of 0 and 4 and 18. And that's a lot of negativity coming in, folks, from a lot of different directions, And boy, your brain just gets saturated with negativity, and it really bums you out. And some people, it affects them in a way where they start taking drugs or get on alcohol or they start some kind of sex addiction or some kind of gambling problem or just manifested itself in all kinds of things: domestic violence, juvenile delinquency, uh, you know, all kinds of addictions and anger and violence and aberrant behavior of all types. You have to just try to, like I said, realign, reorganize, restructure, and practice and hang around with successful people. Hang around with happy people. You don't have to hang around with a bunch of new age nuts who think the glass is always half full, because it's definitely not always half full. You know, but hang around with people that are realistic but also happy. Trying to do their best to reach out to others and help others and show compassion to others and trying to become more balanced in their life and synchronistic and people that are really, really believing in that vision that they have once had. You have to kind of re-energize, pull from the quantum field. There's a quantum field out there that everyone can pull from, and there's all of this wonderful electrical energy that we're surrounded by. It's there to assist us in bringing these things forth and manifesting these things in our lives. We just practice, practice. As I told Mary earlier, you got to put your best foot forward. You got to get out there and do something. You can't just sit around on your butt and think about it. Imagination is wonderful, but it's imagination. It's not actually creating something, doing something, manufacturing something. It's not becoming a reality. It's just up there in your head swirling around. Kind of like a bad dream, you know, or a good dream even. But dreams are dreams, and you got to get it out of your head, and you get it into the environment, start building something, I mean, if Ford back when Ford was first started, Henry Ford would have just kept the car, the imagination of, oh, I'm going to have some kind of a thing that drives around with a motor in it, wheels on it. People are going to be driving it. Oh, it's just a great imagination. What a wonderful dream. And then if he turned into an alcoholic or a drug addict and just forgot about it, well, somebody else would have picked it up and did the same with Thomas Edison and all that stuff, or any of those tycoons, that Rockefeller, anybody. I mean, you could even name those in the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab and his little bald-headed friend, and Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci, all the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, perverted, the weird, the dysfunctional, the twisted. It's all the same. It's all the same. I mean, you've just got to get out there and do it. You know what I mean? And people, unfortunately, have a tendency to have a propensity to move toward their programming and their indoctrination and become cognitively dissident and become very obstinate, difficult to deal with, and they get one track minded and they just seem to get stuck in the mud of life, you know what I mean? And never really go anywhere and never really produce anything of value to the community. So you really need to think about what I'm saying because it's really important. It's really important. Let me take my pills here before I broke, have a heart attack or something on air here. I don't want to do that. But we're getting out now on enough platforms that maybe we can monetize a little bit. All the money that comes in here, uh, all the money that comes in here goes for uh, the disaster team, and for our critical outreach programs and our mental health programs and crisis team. We reach out and help those folks who are in need, and we don't go out there and help the ones who don't want any help, the ones who really just are not ready, yet to have someone reach in and pull them out of the gutter or the deep ditch they've dug for themselves. There's some people that you just can't help right now. We try to find those who are just on the tipping point of really wanting to get out of the hole, really wanting to climb upward and outward. We work with them, and we've kind of learned to do that. It's kind of like a psychodemographic stratification analysis, kind of a psychological analysis of who we're going to help and not help. It's kind of culling the herd kind of thing. We have to be very careful who we help because we want a return on our investment, and we want that return to be their success, obviously, their financial security, and them getting better, them beginning the healing process, and learning that whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, and enthusiastically act upon will come to pass, if you believe strong enough in it and put that in your head and visualize the success, visualize the change, visualize the healing process. and it shall come forth from the quantum field. The quantum field is out there to provide you with all of these wonderful things in your life and to mend your broken heart and to heal your body and to bring joy to your relationships. And some people are just so down and out that they've just given up. They're so broken. They've just literally given up on the whole thing. And we're here to try and give everybody a little boost up. Kind of like helping somebody up on a horse. Put your foot in the stirrup and you got to throw your leg over and get on that horse, ride that thing. And you just can't stand there and hold the bridle and pet the horse on the nose. You got to get on that thing and ride it. And that's what we try to teach people to do. To act. Action. It's all about action, action, action. It's not about faith or hope or any of that stuff. It's about action. Act. You know, if you don't get on the horse and ride the horse, you're just going to be standing there like an idiot holding the bridle. You know, pulling some little kid around on a pony or something around the yard. I mean, I used to ride broncs. I used to break broncs. I used to ride broncs. And I used to ride bulls and rodeo. And it was very scary getting on that bull, man. It was very scary getting that wax on your hand and getting that hand wrapped around that rope really tight and buckling down with those knees and getting in there. And that gate, boy, when that gate opens, it's all hell breaks loose, baby. It's time to rock and roll. And there were times I got on some bulls that were unrideable. And you knew you were going to get thrown into the gate or something. And I did. Got my nose broke, clavicle broke, my sternum cracked, and you know, I quit riding after a while. When I just got enough, I had enough. I think when I broke I think when I broke my nose and got rammed into the gate, and the bull was crushing me up against the gate, I think that's when I said, enough is enough. We're gonna have to shift gears here, folks. Do something else. And I still rode in the play days and the parades and everything with my horse Honey, my quarter horse Honey. She was beautiful, and she was so gentle and so wonderful. I could lay underneath her. I could walk underneath her. I could crawl underneath her when I was a kid. I could ride her backwards, forwards, standing up on her back. I could ride her without a bridle, just with her manes. She was a great horse, man. I miss her so much. I miss her so much. She's probably gone by now. I don't. Yeah, well, yeah, she's got to be gone by now. Um, I hated to get rid of that horse. We moved to the big city, and I had to sell her. And I gave her a good home, a good family, and I think she lived out the rest of her life in peace. But yeah, I really hated to get rid of her. It was a sad, sad, sad situation for me. I've never really gotten over it. To tell you the truth. Kind of traumatized by the whole thing. You fall in love with your animals, you really do, especially horses. And I even fell in love with some of my cows, my calves. I was in the 4-H club and did all that kind of you know Future Farmers of America, FFA kind of thing, and I enjoyed that. I was always a cowboy. I grew up a cowboy, and cowboys, well, have always been my heroes. That's why I rode in the rodeo. That's in rodeo and roping calves and all that kind of stuff, running cattle with the cowboys. I miss all those days. It's really sad. Uh, how many minutes am I supposed to do here, Mary? Yeah, I was talking to Mary, my producer, my best friend for 25 years, asking her how many minutes I was supposed to do. But yeah, Chad's coming down, man. It was really amazing. He's coming all the way across the United States, dragging thousands of miles here to get here, and he's going to work with us and really be close to us here, and work on the disaster team and work on our outreach programs, projects. Going to get out here with us, create. and build these missions that we're on and help us get some funding for the different programs and projects and things. And him and I are going to, like I said, monetize. We're going to get him on some more channels. He has his own show, and he's been doing radio for like 5 years, or at least podcasting, at least Facebook Live or whatever. We're going to get him on some new platforms. Him and I are going to do a fishing show out here with Mary, and Marion and him are going to do a cooking show. He's a chef, and so they're going to get in there, and I'll probably learn to take some pictures and film, and they're going to do some really cool stuff. I got a new CD coming out too. But it'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know, something like that. I got some books on Amazon.com if y'all want to go over there and look at the Lone Wolf series. I've got some really beautiful, uplifting books over there on the Lone Wolf series on Amazon.com. And Tyler Davenport, of course, you can Google me and find all of our shows and different things that we're doing. My digital artwork's out there. I've got a CD already out there. If you look at that, read a lot of my articles, poems, and stuff, and just a whole myriad of things to do over there. Kind of like Disneyland. Takes a while to get through our massive universe, our digital universe, I call it, you know. But it's been fun. I've been on this thing for like 20 years, and I really enjoyed it. Um, I really had a good time. It's been a good run, good ride. Learned a lot and talked a lot. You know, give and receive, quid pro quo kind of thing. You scratch my back, scratch yours. You know, and that's the way it should be. You know, we should all help each other. You know, what it's all about: helping each other, lifting each other up, being there for each other when we're down, to pick each other up when we fall. You know, and not being too judgmental and hateful and labeling people and calling them all kinds of nasty names and things. You know, we do that a lot. People, people just, I don't know, they seem so angry. Some people, violent. You know, I've noticed the road rage is getting worse up here in the Northwest. I've noticed Marion and I both have noticed, people are like screaming at us out of their car windows and throwing things at people and trying to run over you. And just all kinds of crazy stuff. We had a wreck downtown the other day. Some kid hit us from behind, him and his girlfriend. I was parked at the light there waiting to go, and he just bammed me from the rear, man. Just bam. He said, "Oh, my brakes went out or something." And I'm like, "Oh, shit." And we could smell pot coming out of the car and stuff. And the cop came, and he was real nice. He let everybody know. Y'all got everything under control. Of course, we were in this command unit, small command unit, all tatted up with command disaster team, blah, 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 blah. So the cop, he figured everything was okay. I told him the kid was really nice and leave him alone. They're cool. Don't bug him. He didn't even check our IDs or anything. He was real nice. And I really appreciated that. He was a community service officer. And, I really appreciate it when cops are courteous and mature and, follow their oath if they have one, if they've taken one, or if they remembered taking one. And try to follow the Constitution as best as possible and try not to abuse you and try to, trick you into committing some kind of violation or something where they can choke you down or put a gun on you or handcuff you, all that kind of crazy stuff. Ted and I talk about this a lot on air. We'll probably be talking about it tomorrow night because there's a lot of people getting arrested now for crazy stuff. And I always tell people just be real cool and calm around cops. Don't be a smart ass. Don't be a know-it-all. Don't try to be a jailhouse lawyer. Don't try to solve the problem out there on the street. Just wait, solve it in court. You know what I mean? Don't try to piss the cop off. Don't try to tell the cop how smart you are and how dumb he is. And you might go home without a scratch. You might stay out of the handcuffs. You might stay out of the detention or arrest, and you might not go to jail. Put in the cage. That's never fun. And people just need to chill out a little bit. That's all. I mean, I get nervous. I get upset. I get stressed out. I get depressed. I'm broken. I have PTSD from all of my dead body days stuff when I was, working at the morgue and forensic science and all that shit. Catching homicide detectives around picking up dead bodies with forensic science. I have PTSD from hell, man. But I kind of learned to mellow out a little bit with the help of clonazepam, Xanax for years, and then clonazepam, the sister drug there, helps me to keep from having major panic attacks and stuff. Kind of keeps Marion cool, not hard on her as hard. Well, I'm still hard on her, but I'm trying to teach Mary to kind of be a warrior, bull. We're at war here, folks. World War III is on. You didn't notice, and I may, I may die or something. I'm 66 years old, man. I may pass away here, and I don't want to leave Mary in this nasty crap going on by herself. That's why I'm glad Chad's coming down. Brother Chad coming down, and if I pass away or they come try to take me away or something for all the investigations that we do, Chad will be here to protect Mary and her mother, while I'm gone. And I hope if they do take me away, I hope I return. And obviously, if I die, I won't be returning anytime soon. But I don't want to die. I've had cancer twice, and I'm sick again here. And, nobody wants to die, really. I think, although suicide rates going up in the world like tremendously, exponentially crazy. People are tired of living. I talk to a lot of my senior citizen friends, and they tell me they're tired of living. They don't want to live here anymore because the world would be turned upside down. They just don't want to live here anymore. But anyway, I love you guys, girls, really a lot, and I appreciate y'all following us. I appreciate all of my followers on Instagram. I love you all, and appreciate my followers on uh, Twitter and uh, YouTube. What few I have over there, Reverb Nation. Facebook, I've got 1,000, 1,500 followers over there. I really appreciate you guys a lot. It really helps y'all to communicate with us. Talk to me, PM me, email me. My email is dkyler2010@gmail.com. That's D, as in David, D Kyler, K-I-L-E-R 2010 @gmail.com. Love y'all, and we'll see you. Take care.